Gary, and this is Coastin' with Culture, which is all about combining theme park visits and riding roller coasters with various cultural experiences around the world. The final trip of 2021 was connected to the inaugural season of the Seattle Kraken, as there was a chance to visit with friends in California for the sake of watching more hockey. Before the game, though, we'll check out a couple sites around San Jose, including one of their wintertime traditions in the heart of downtown. You may recall earlier in this inaugural season for the Kraken that I had a chance to go to their preseason game in Everett, Washington, the team's first ever game in Las Vegas, and the home opener back in Seattle. This has really become a winter of hockey for me, as along with those games, I've been to several other contests for the Seattle Thunderbirds, a junior level team from the Western Hockey League. I also went to another home game to introduce my mom to Climate Pledge Arena and the Kraken, as we saw them host the Winnipeg Jets. Unfortunately, that was a 3-0 shutout loss for the good guys. But back before I was sure I'd get to attend either of their first games, I was invited by my friends Steven and Gretchen to join them in San Jose for a game between the Kraken and Sharks. So I used some of my remaining Alaska Airlines flight credit to book the journey down and was ready for yet another Kraken game. With an early morning departure, it may not seem like an ideal time for such a meal, but when your flight departs from SeaTac Seagates, sometimes you just have to indulge in some of Beecher's World's Best Mac and Cheese. Easily one of my favorite food items from home. As we were getting close to San Jose, it was neat to be able to identify another airport from above, as you could see Oakland on the other side of the San Francisco Bay. The hills to the south of the bay also made for some great views during our final approach. This was my first flight involving San Jose, and I found their airport to have some really neat features. Between the unique robotic sculpture and the main ticketing and baggage claim area, to this rather fascinating clock on the wall. But I didn't fly all the way down here just to hang out at the airport. I came for some quality Steve and Gretchen time, which we made a few local stops that involved some Christmas shopping and browsing, and getting to satisfy a personal favorite stop with every California visit. After saying hello to Steve's parents and making plans to meet up for dinner before the game, we took a field trip over to Solar for America Ice, the main training facility of the San Jose Sharks, complete with a team shop and Stanley's Sports Bar, a restaurant with a view of the different rinks of the complex. The facility is expanding as they're adding a small arena for the team's minor league affiliate, the San Jose Barracuda. With the game drawing closer, the three of us met up with Steve's parents downtown for dinner at La Victoria Taqueria. I tried one of their carne burritos, which was delicious. As part of our downtown pre-gaming, we took a stroll over to Plaza de Cesar Chavez, which is the site of Christmas in the Park, an annual winter tradition of San Jose featuring a number of decorated and themed Christmas trees and various Christmas houses. there might be an investigation for a possible credit. While exploring the festival, we found a coaster. Sort of. It was a model. Certainly not big enough to ride for a credit. Although we did take a stroll down Paseo de San Antonio, where there were several smaller carnival rides, but alas, they didn't have any coasters. Just a little pretend coaster, no actual credit here. Oh well, at least we get to go see some hockey. As the start of the game was drawing closer, the three of us began some bar hopping for a few pre-game brews. A short walk later, we arrived to the SAP Center, the home arena of the San Jose Sharks. This is one of the older arenas that I've been to for an NHL game, but I appreciated its more simplistic style, as it was easy to navigate and the large signage to locate restrooms and elevators was a good touch. Gretchen and Steve were nice enough to spend warm-ups on the enemy side so that I could get another chance to see the boys from the Puget Sound up close and personal as they prepared for this contest of sea creature-based teams. One of the really cool moments of this warm-up session came from a fellow Kraken fan who also traveled from the Seattle area to see this game for his birthday. He made a sign about the occasion and received a great birthday gift courtesy of goaltender Philip Grubauer, who gave him his stick from warm-ups. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit jealous, but I didn't go home empty-handed either. At one point, Ryan Donato was skating around with the puck, then tipped and bounced it up to himself, and as he grabbed it, he took a look around. He saw one guy with a Kraken hat and t-shirt among a small sea of Sharks fans, tossing it up to him. It was pretty cool to get a warm-up puck from one of the players, especially from the guy who scored the first ever goal in team history. With warm-ups wrapping up, we made our way to our seats to enjoy the game. In comparison to most other games, the first two periods of this one seemed to fly by, as there was only one penalty in the entire game, and the first two periods went scoreless. There were some close encounters though, one of which involved an incredible stop by Adam Larson, preventing San Jose from getting on the scoreboard first. The third period was where the scoring began, as the Kraken struck first with a tally by none other than Ryan Donato. Seattle would follow that up with another goal thanks to Brandon Tanev, with less than 6 minutes to go in the game. While the Kraken were on the verge of their first shutout victory in team history, the San Jose Sharks pulled their goalie and would eventually come onto the scoreboard after a goal by Logan Couture. The ending of the game got even more intense, as Chris Driedger got a little ambitious attempting a goalie goal that was intercepted by the Sharks and nearly turned into a tied game. While I worried the Kraken could be on the verge of another loss, they sealed the victory with an empty netter by Calle Jarnkrok, and for the first time, I got to see the Seattle Kraken win a game in person. A big thank you to both Gretchen and Steve for letting me join them for the day and taking me to watch the Kraken in an arena I had yet to attend a game at. I was certainly happy to see a Kraken victory in person, and I look forward to the next chance to watch them take the ice. But this wasn't necessarily the end of this trip, as there was a bit of a mix-up for the return home, which led to an unplanned side journey. Thank you for watching this Coasting with Culture video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button below to see future videos here on YouTube like these ones, which you may enjoy as well. Additional content can be found at coastingwithculture.com, and you can also follow Coasting with Culture on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for announcements, previews, and updates. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, take care and safe travels.